Gate. The eye is the gateway to the mind presents. America develops worldwide interests, 1900 to 1920. The United States joins the Allies. All Americans were surprised by the outbreak of World War I. President Woodrow Wilson urged a policy of neutrality. Looks a little out of focus now. God, this is getting hot. I'm not loving the... I think you get the words or the guy. Oh well. The United States government permitted Americans to sell food, munitions, and supplies to both sides. To prevent war supplies from reaching Germany, Britain interfered with American trade. President Wilson protested in vain against the violation of American rights. German submarine warfare against American ships was a more serious violation of our rights. On May 7, 1915, a German submarine torpedoed and sank a British liner, the Lusitania. There was a loss of 1,198 lives, including 128 American citizens. President Wilson sent a note to the German government demanding an end to such submarine warfare. Germany promised that no more ships would be sunk without an effort to save the lives of passengers. On January 31, 1917, the German government notified us that it planned a submarine blockade against the British Isles. We were to be permitted to send only one ship a week through the blockade, and that ship must carry special markings. All the ships would be sunk on sight with no effort to save crew and passengers. Many American ships were sunk without warning. On April 2nd, 1917, President Wilson asked Congress to declare war on Germany. Oh, what did he do? He asked Congress. The fuck? Why would he bother? Congress declared war on Germany on April 6, 1917. The United States helped the Allies at once by lending them large sums to buy badly needed food and military supplies. American naval vessels were sent to English waters with British ships. They hunted down the German submarines. The convoy system was used to transport troops and supplies from the United States. On May 18, 1917, Congress passed the Selective Service Act to secure men for the armed forces. Part of the huge sum needed to carry on the war came from the sale of Liberty bonds. That ring it again, I've sold that poster. In March 1917, the Germans struck at the Allied armies in France. They wanted to defend the Allies before we entered the war. The Allies were driven back. Facing defeat, the Allies appointed General Ferdinand Foch to supreme command of the armies of the Western Front. Under Foch's command, the German drive was stopped. Our country rushed hundreds of thousands of men to France under the command of General John J. Pershing. On July 15, 1918, the Germans began their last drive of the war. They were stopped in the Second Battle of the Marne. That's that river in France. 3 days later, the British, French, and American armies under Foch began forcing the Germans to retreat. Allied victories in the summer of 1918 forced the German High Command to ask for an armistice. On November 11, 1918, at 5 in the morning, the Germans signed the armistice terms which ended the war. By the terms of the armistice, the Germans surrendered practically all of their fleet and all of their artillery. Things to remember. German submarine warfare against American ships was a serious violation of our rights. The sinking of the American ships without warning caused the United States to declare war on Germany on April 6, 1917. With the appointment of General Foch to the supreme command of the Allied armies, the German drive was stopped. On November 11, 1918, the Germans signed the armistice, which ended the war. And this ends this film strip. Produced by Igate House, Incorporated, Jamaica 35, New York. And the best sound ever. Oh, you did it too slow. No, that was not the best sound ever.